Okay, so I'm just going right for this. Recently, I was talking to a group of coaches, and I thought would be really helpful to this group of coaches to look at what is their current system for client acquisition, for client enrollment. How the hell do they get clients? What is the system? And I bring it up because, Nathan, you know this one, it's a classic. So Steve Chandler coached a guy whose last name was Sanghi, I think it is Sanghi, and he wrote a book, and it was based on this premise that every system is perfect for the results it creates, every system. And so that applies to client acquisition. Every system is every client acquisition system is perfect for the results it gets. So I want to give you a couple of examples. In the moment, I didn't see it because I wasn't conscious to this idea of systems. And I was just a ball of confusion, frankly, really early on. But after I learned about systems, I could go back and I could identify the system that was operating that I wasn't aware of, and actually find it really interesting. So in the beginning, my system was the field of dreams, build it and they will come system. And what that looked like was that I would get great as a coach, and everybody would know how incredible I was. And they would line up and they would hire me at large fees. So the upside of that system was that I got better and better and better as a coach. And who doesn't love getting better as a coach? Consuming videos and, whatever, coaching friends or whatever it is. So that's what I did. The downside was that it was perfect for the results it got, which was 0 clients, 0. I had 0. And I did that for a while, like years. Then my next system was the get yourself out there system. Joanne, you know, the posting on social media, the get yourself out there. And what was really exciting back in the day, my local newspaper went online and they were announcing, hey, we'd like bloggers. And I was a parent coach at the time. And I'm like, I better call them up really quick because I have, my nemesis, who's another parent coach in my town. She's going to read this and she's going to start blogging because she's a better writer than I am.
Yeah.
I get a hold of the guy who literally was younger than my son, my to-be boss. And I say, hey, I'd like to do this. And to my surprise, he's like, excellent, you're hired. Great. What do you charge? What do you pay? Frankly, they were charging. What do you pay? 0. So I was able to get them to negotiate with me and give me article a month in the local paper for $40. And I blogged for over 2 years. And it was perfect to get me out from behind my screen. I met people. I was a, local sensation in the grocery store. Love your posts, Melissa. And it was the perfect system for the results it created. 0 clients. 0. Okay. Reason I'm sharing all of this is I would love for all of you to take some time and to think about your current system and to share it with each other and identify it. It could be, I think about somebody to invite, I talk myself out of it, and I do some laundry system. That's it. And it's resulted in 0 clients. And the reason I want you to do it is I really want you to see it as it's not you. It's just the system. That's all it is. And then you're going to be able to look at it. You're going to be able to continue to evaluate it. Simply, what is it? What works? What doesn't work? And what would you love to upgrade about it? What works, what doesn't work, and what would you love to tweak? Doesn't have to be a big thing. And you can share that with the other person. And if you want, you can even name the system, like name it. Like my system last year was the floaty system. And then I evaluated it. I even, if you want to do this afterwards, in my book, I list, it's under the chapter called Sisyphus System. There's a bunch of questions you can ask yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can just look at the system and really get a good idea of what this thing is. It's not you. And start to get some clarity around it. What do you think? Does this sound fun?
Yeah. I like it. I'm glad they like it. I'm like, yeah, it's great.
Aila's doing it.
I love it. I'm on it. I just want to share a little bit real quick. When this became something that I took on, and it was working with Steve, where, and this ties into what we were talking about a few minutes ago, it was like, oh, I am not fixed in terms of my behaviors, my patterns, even my ideas. Like there's nothing, I'm not a fixed operating system. So when I first started talking to Steve about this, it was like a revelation to me that I could do something different and then create something different. It wasn't, it was, I mean, it was amazing for me because I just thought I needed to be different. I needed to have better thinking. I need to have a better feeling. Like I needed to get my shit together in a lot of different ways. I needed to, I mean, there was like so much stuff that I needed to improve on internally. And then I saw it, it's like, oh, no. I could just show up, and the system for me is showing up, and then what is it that I actually do to create a client? And then not only that, I could see part of my system that needed upgrading was I wanted longer term clients because I wanted to have a deeper impact with people. I never said that to a client. Once they would say, how can I work with you? I'd be like, oh, however you want, really. I mean, I don't know. It's $35 sound okay to you for a session? No commitment needed. That's, I mean, really, is it okay? You can even pay me $10 like every couple of days if that makes it more doable. That's what an enrollment conversation looked like in my world for years. And I was just like struggling, like, why don't I get paid more? Why aren't I working with people that want longer term programs? And when I saw, it's like, oh, I'm not even, that's not part of my system at all. I will never just have somebody show up and be like, I'm reading your mind, Aila. I know what you really want. Here, you're gonna say $35 an hour. I'm actually gonna offer you $3,800 for 3 months because that's what I really want. It's like in my mind, somehow that's how it was gonna happen, like from the outside in.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, that's such a great example because guys, notice what she did. Instead of it being what's wrong with me and what do I need to fix and how come I'm like this and what's trauma have I experienced and what do I need to get over and I'll never get past this. She didn't go down that path. She just went into what's the system, and then she saw something and it was like, oh, I could say this. So she changed the system. See the difference? One is just really clean and clear, and it's about what's the functionality of the current way in which enrollment's being done.
And I didn't feel great about it. Let me tell you, I didn't feel warm and fuzzy the first time I said $3,800 for 3 months. I felt like throwing up, but I was breaking a pattern inside of me. I was not going down the same path. I was creating the same thing that was really comfortable, and it reinforced and supported all my limited thinking. I was doing something different. And that, I just appreciate when you said that earlier, Melissa, about it's like you notice it, you observe it, and then you take the action anyway. It was a little bit for me like going on, it was like trying on somebody else's shoes. It's like they didn't, it didn't feel quite right, but I was really interested in creating what, like seeing what it would do. I was interested in playing with my system.
Yeah, yeah.